Hello everybody, Dave from Arachnids. We're going to do a little bit of everything today. It's my first day back at work. It was a long, hot day. It's still hot. I'm miserable. We had to rehouse the tarantula. We had this girl here molt. So stay tuned. Okay, so first up is the Grammostola species north. This is the northernmost rosea, basically, in Chile. She molted a couple days back. If you're on the tarantula community group, you can go there and you can see the pictures of her ventral shot, her molt with a backlighting, and then her molt with a front lighting. And then it'll explain a little bit about sclerotization and the difference between the two and knowing when your female is mature. I know a lot of people like to say, hey, you know, what if she's 3/4 of the way there, she's good to have babies. Now, she may be breedable, it's very possible, but her uterus externus is still clear, which means she's not a full-grown adult female, which to me means that if she's not fully mature, she's not ready to breed. So yeah, you can go to the tarantula community and check out that post of mine. Just look it up, Dave Andrzejewski. You should be able to find her. Just Grammostola species north, type that in, and you'll be able to check it out. Okay, next update. Okay, so we moved to Salmopaeus armenia again. She had an outbreak of mold again. It was a completely different decor. It was a aquarium piece. Nothing else in there other than that and this plastic leaf. That's it. It was a burpees cocoa core, so that molded just like the regular damn cocoa fiber that you can get loose in the bags or in the bricks or whatever it is. It just seems like there's something with some of these that just like to mold. And why it was this enclosure twice in a row now within, she hasn't been in there that long. When, you know, I mean, she was in there, then she molded, and then I took her out, cleaned it, put her back in, and it molded again. So we're going to go without this and see what happens. So we just use this, which is basically the same size, a little bit wider actually, more clear because it's not dark up on top like this one is, so you can actually see down inside. I mean, you can't really see her that well, but she's very, 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 very flighty. Yeah, you know, I just put this in here after we took the core out. I just kind of leaned it in there. Took me about 4 or 5 times to coax her. She went in, and once she did, she curled right up, put the cover on, and she was perfectly fine. Set this up, put the cardboard over top with the hole, flipped the container over, prodded her in, she went right in, no problems. So she's going to get adjusted to her new home for a little bit. We may try and feed her later on. We're going to do some feedings here later on too. So we got one more update I want to do, and then we'll get into some feedings. There'll be quite a few, actually. I got 3... one juvenile, 2 adults that need to be fed, and then we have a bunch of slings that are in like the softball containers that we're going to feed. I fed all the baseball enclosures the other day, and then we have the Cambridge Eye, the Hottie, Vicularia, the HMAC. Those all need to be fed, as well as she does. So we'll get on that as soon as we do one more quick update. Okay, so here's the Chinese mantis. I didn't even write the scientific name down again. It's something I can't even say. I don't know if it's Tarantula or something like that. I'll have to look it back up again. These are just normal praying mantises that are here in the United States. Probably the most popular mantis that's here, the most populated, I guess you could say, as well. These did really well, apparently. Dust. Where do we get dust? Well, anyway, this one molted. Now, it's got 6 segments, so I'm not really quite sure what we got here. You can see the molt down the bottom. If I lift it up there, you'll see the molt down there in the bottom side. That's molted exactly right where the little guys are. It's sitting. So we're going to feed. We're going to wait another day and then feed this one tomorrow. So maybe we'll just do a video strictly on feeding this one. I'd like to give it one more day to harden up. I'm not I generally gave the Manises before at least 3 or 4 days to harden up before I tried feeding them, although I think we probably could feed this one now. I may ask somebody real quick, and then if so, then we'll go ahead and feed it. Those are the major updates that I know of. I am going to ship out the 50 LPs to my friend Sean on Monday, so we're going to get 50 of those guys out of here, which will make it a lot easier for me. I don't have to worry about so much this fruit fly feeding. Every 3 days is what I've been feeding them, so that's been kind of hectic. But yeah, so we're going to get on with some feedings unless I find something else real quick that we need to update. And I hope you guys enjoy the feedings. We're going to try and do them as quick as possible. I'll introduce the tea, throw something in there, hope they come and grab it, and then close it up, move on to the next one. So let's roll on. Okay, so the first one we're going to try and feed is the female Davis pennyloris, the Costa Rican tiger rump. Beautiful girl. Better get it. Better get it. There you go. Take it in there. And you can see how she positioned her fangs to make sure that she got the actual, she moved the worm a little bit and got the head. So I'm going to give her some water and move right on. Okay, so the next one is the Brachypelma sabulosum male that I named Juan. I haven't named everybody, but I've named enough. And I did name this one Juan, and I really don't understand why, to be honest with you. He'll probably take 2. Another one, big guy. No. No, don't disappoint me. I'm gonna have to dig it out. If you don't want it, you don't want it. I'm not gonna make you try and eat it. If I can keep it in the tweezers. Okay, those are the 2 big girls, or yeah, 1 big girl, 1 big boy. I would imagine that he will be, he's probably penultimate. I would imagine he hooks out the next molt, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to put all these guys back, and then we're going to get to the little ones. Okay guys, the first one we're going to try and feed, well, the first little one we're going to try and feed is the Solenocosmia kovaraki. Boom. Love this tarantula. I'm really happy that I got it. Actually, I was kind of debating it, but I'm super stoked that I have it. It's really, I mean, look at what it's done in here. It's like perfect. It's got a perfect tunnel here. It's got a dirt turret here. It's got some webbing here. You can't go wrong with this tarantula. Definitely would advise it. I haven't got to know it enough to recommend it as a old world. Especially for someone that's new to old worlds, but if you have a little bit of experience with some other old worlds, I don't think that I would hesitate getting this guy. I probably would consider it same as like an Ornithoctonus Oreotibialis or maybe a Chelobrachy species, somewhere in that neighborhood. Okay, so maybe you guys recognize this enclosure. This is the Chelobrachy species electric blue. Let's see if it wants to eat. Oh, goodbye. That was pretty damn quick. I did actually utilize that little spot that I did dig out for it now. So it's dug all the way from here all the way to the back side now. So it's got some area to, actually, it's dug out to back here. So it can come all the way, it looks, you can see the way, the tracks that he has, or she has to go. And now she's in that nice little burrow, munching away at a nice, beautiful little red runner. Okay, so hopefully this one will actually come out. It was just out. This is the Sericopelma species bouquet. So this will be the first feeding since it molted. We'll see. Oh, right down it. Yeah, you guys saw it. I mean, it grabbed it. I seen the movement when I was tapping on the vial, so I could see actually the tarantula moving around, as you can see somewhat there with the lighting. I don't know if it'll bring it out or not, but it's completely filled. It's okay, now this looks like it's got some surface mold too, doesn't it? It does. That's going to agitate the crap out of me. Well, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know it's been humid here the last few days, and I got to try and scratch the top of that off and get that out of there. Okay, this is the Pamphobedius CF Antonius. Common names. I don't even want to bother. I'm just going to feed him. Come on, roach. There you go. You're getting some like jack-in-the-box feedings here. Sorry about that, but that's what happens when you use hides. Unfortunately, I try to at least give them something to hide in for the most part, and that becomes a problem. I know a lot of other YouTubers have much better feeding videos because they don't have anything in their enclosures to obstruct that view. But yeah, Pamphobeteus antonaeus. So after some failed attempts here at feeding, this is the Stratojaurus meridionalis. Had one of the best takedowns I've had in quite a few videos, and I forgot to hit the record because I've been deleting some clips of some tarantulas that didn't feed, and I thought I was doing it, but you're going to at least get to see. It'll probably come out here in a second. It always does. I'm really hoping this is a female. I actually hope I can get one of every Stratojaurus female. There, that thing is just spectacular. It's got a little hole right there. I don't even know why. It's just enough for the tarantula to go down. It doesn't really go anywhere. It'll come right back out again. There it is. Just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Great species. Any of the Stratojaurus are great species. So let's move on. Okay, this is one of the tarantulas that I trust the least in my collection. This is an Ornithoctinae species Laos, or the Ornithoctinae Prison de Ebuelis, I think it is. Prison de Ebuelis. We're going to throw this roach in there and just see what happens. Oh, it took it. Got it from the little side right there, and you'll be able to see. You really can't see it, but the tarantula's in there. So you can see where it actually got it from, right there in the corner. So again, another little real quick jack in the box, but that was just a roach is there, roach is gone kind of deal. Sorry for the blurriness. So we'll move forward. Okay, I'm going to give you 25 seconds, little kloogie, to eat that roach that's inside that skull with you, which you don't seem to want to do, and I don't know why. You're Lasiodora. Come on now, you should be eating anything that moves inside. If dirt moves, you should eat it. But this one doesn't seem to want to eat today, so we're just going to leave it as is, and if it decides to eat and come out and dance around, then, you know, we'll bring it back out. Okay, here is the Grammostola hobbygrossa. Wonderful tarantula. Let's see if it's hungry. I'm sure it is. Since it's molted, it's just been a tank eating. Yes, I mean, it just like chases it down. It wastes no time. It just, once it feels it moving, it goes and gives it like Lasiodora. I'm really, really happy that this one's molted and it's become more of an aggressive eater, because it didn't eat for crap prior to it molding. It went a pretty long time that it would just, you know, every now and then you get to eat something small. Now it's eating things that are pretty much close to the same size as its abdomen. So, okay. You guys can go to Tarantula Cat and always just say, Erie Arachnid's got his first. That's all you got to say. Maybe she'll figure it out, maybe she won't. Okay, so this is the Acanthoscuria musculosa. Whether this one wants to come out or not is going to be probably a big fat no. Let's see if the roach actually goes down that little... Why do these roaches just hang on to this? Wow. Just an FYI, we had some like cantaloupe that the kids didn't eat, and we were going to throw it away. It really wasn't going bad, but we knew they weren't going to eat it, so I tried feeding it to the roaches. Yeah, they didn't particularly care for it. I have to check the dubia. No, the dubia didn't eat it either. Neither one of them really ate it, and just made a big sloppy wet mess. And you know what else happens when you keep fruit in a enclosure with roaches and egg crates? The egg crates get damp and moist. So guess what Dave's got to do this weekend if he's not working, is we're going to have to replace the egg crates in the Red Runners enclosure because they are pretty damp. So you can see the spider. There it is. Beautiful little guy. Awesome. Okay, this is another one that I desperately want to be female, but you never know. This is the Megaphoboma mesomelas. Costa Rican something or another. Let's see if it'll come out for. Nope, that was not good for you, roach. Not at all. I mean, you just like dove right into fangs, literally. I mean, like right into that guy right there, right into her, that girl right there. So yeah, Sorry about the non-takedown, but we'll try and get some more. Okay, this one here you should get a takedown from pretty quick. This is Sarcopelma rubronitans. We'll see if it'll actually come out and get it. Also, I found that we have like a bagillion little baby red runners running around the enclosure. I didn't pull any of the eggs. I just didn't have time. I forgot all about it. Good night. Yeah, they're all over the place. Little tiny babies everywhere. I would love to have separated them and keep the babies in a separate thing, so I may have to try and figure out a way to do that. Or when I clean them this weekend, just yank all the egg cases out because there's a bunch of them laying in there. So I'd like to have, you know, a small enclosure or deli cup with a bunch of those in there to feed the little ones. The Lasiodor difficilis, the couple LPs that'll still be here, my one whip scorpion, couple other things that I can feed, a Dimentinensis, the D. Dimentinensis. Of course, the little, ooh, that'll be fun. We'll have to try and get a bunch of those little nymphs and feed the, yeah, you know those things, the assassin bug babies. We'll have to try and do that. Okay, here is the little male Semmelpaeus cambridgei. Probably could give this one 2 because you know how cambridgeis are. Did you molt again? You did, you little punk. You molted again. When did you molt? Oh, your fangs are black. Or did I just not get the molt the last time? That might be what it was. I don't know, because a lot of times I leave the molts in anymore because I just can't get to them. Last time I had to feed him too, because the first one didn't go where we wanted it to. And this one will go right where we want it to, and he'll catch it. Oh, yeah, no, it won't. There you go, you missed it. Out of frame. Sorry about that. Now we'll probably have this guy for probably another 1.5 years or so, and it'll mature just like the last couple that I've had. The males grow real quick with this genus. They gain size real quick. They eat real good. So yeah, probably won't have them long. But I have a ton of people that will definitely want to take them. So it's not that big of a deal. We'll make more little cambridgeis later. Okay, odds are this girl's not going to eat right now, but I'm just going to take the lid off, dump this roach in there, and just see. You can see how skinny she is. She needs a meal. Whether or not the roaches are going to get to her or not. I would expect that she's going to find somewhere down there to dig and then web up. I would imagine probably my guess would be on the other side. If I can get this to stay still without falling. It's not going to, is it? Maybe over here. Sorry about the tripod work here. I know I say that quite often, huh? This was actually cambridgei, and this one were the last two I was going to feed. I could get a bunch of these little nymphs. I'm not having any luck whatsoever getting. I got one. We'd feed the assassin bug. So we're going to try the Iridopelma hieristum and just see, because I gave it a cricket. It seems to be too big. We're going to give it this little tiny nymph and see if it'll take this. So there it is. Of course, where else would it make its home? But right at the very top, it's got a little web area up there. So we're going to just pop this top. I'm going to throw this in, and then we'll get you back on camera. Hopefully we'll be able to see something. Problem is that we're going to get a hell of a reflection off of this, and I really don't feel comfortable keeping the lid off this one. I mean, we can try it, but it's so small and so quick, I'd be afraid that it definitely, if it got away here, I would never find it again. So we'll probably just wing it here and see what happens. Okay, well, it hasn't taken off. Well, that nymph is going to be down the bottom anyway, but at least you'll be able to see this little dude. And again, this was a birthday gift from Amy and Quentin. They get kind of crazy when they get bigger. They do tend to be a little bit more defensive and will throw out threat postures way more than any avic will. I do believe these come from the same family, and I do believe that the Iridopelma have 2 sets of tibial hooks instead of just one, like normal avicularia and most any other tarantula that does have them when they're males. Cute little dude. Yeah, he might be ready to molt. I'm not really quite sure, but been quite fun so far. So we'll see. I'm gonna hopefully try and spritz it here without taking off. Okay, so we're going to end it with the nymph assassin bugs, the Platymerus bigotatus. There's, I think 11 in here. I really honestly can't remember. So I have like 11 of these little baby nymphs. So we're going to throw them in there and just see what happens. Oh, we have one that grabbed one there. Got one. That one right there, if you could see it. In the bottom right hand side's got one. They're running around chasing them like crazy. Oh, this is fun. Oh, that one's got one. Or does it have that? Does it have dirt? No, it's got one. One on the top left, I think that one's gonna be the next one. Come on, there you go, big guy. Look at that, you have a 3-way tug of war. There's more in there. What I found with these guys is once they get like 2 or 3 of them on one, they just don't want to let go, and they'll just kind of fight for it. Eventually want to win, but sometimes they just share it. See if I can get you a little more of a close-up view of them. I don't know if the one right next to them has got one or not. Now they're chasing each other. Get off of him. They will fight each other. Oh, is that one dead? Yeah, I think that one is. I don't know. Can't tell. Let's see. Yeah, that one's dead. Okay, so we're down one. There was a bunch of eggs in there last time I fed the big one, so hopefully we'll have some more soon. I was hoping to get about 60 or 70 of these and then put them up for sale. Come on, you can get them. It's kind of a fun way to end this one, huh? And those are nymph red runners. I mean, these things are tiny little red runners. Some of the tiniest ones that you could possibly find, probably only a couple days old. And they make these little assassin bug babies look big. But you can see the, what do I want to say, the ferociousness, I guess, of these kind of bugs. They are very, very good hunters. Well, they miss a lot for a while. I mean, even as older adults, they miss quite a bit. But they eventually grab a hold of something. When they do, it's doomsday for it. So Now there'll be a couple extra nymphs in there for them to munch on over the course of the next couple of days. Now I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 9 nymphs that I can see without lifting up the wood. Now there could be a couple underneath there. There was no more than 11, and there was no less than 10, I believe. I think there was 10 total, to be honest with you, but I can't remember. I think I got a whole bunch of one day, and then I had one that I found the next day by itself. Oh, those two are playing tug of war over here. Oh, there's still little baby nymphs running around. You guys can, you don't have to fight. And that one's going to win, the one on top. Okay, well that's going to be it for this little bit of that and everything else video. Now me going back to work, it's going to be kind of limited, so I'm kind of hoping to do the chili tour video now that my Grammostola species North molted. We can get her in the species mall, quote unquote, the little Rosea porteri, the 2 pulchripes, one that's molted not too recently, or not too long ago, not too recently. I think my other female pulchripes is going to molt pretty soon too, and then my 2 pulchras, the male is definitely getting close to molting. I'm not sure about Snow, the little one, but, and then of course the Grossa. Well now, the Grossa is not from Chile. Neither is pulchripes. What am I saying? I'm not going through the whole entire. No, it would be the Eualtha species red, Grammostola rosea, Grammostola porteri, species north, species small, Acanthoganathus franki. I think that's it. Those are the ones from Chile. The pulchripes and pulchra and Grossa are from other places. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, comment down below, let me know what you think. I know there's been some new subscribers that probably came over from our collaboration video over on Tarantula Cat, so for those of you that did come over, thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoy what you see, and we'll continue to watch. So with that being said, happy keeping.